and that turned the game on its head. But it was a very deserved victory for Wexford. It was a cracking game of football.
Here is the penalty. It wasn't a penalty, you feel?
Well, no, at the time I said it wasn't, and we've come back now. We've had a good few looks at it. And,
yeah, I didn't think it was a penalty. I can understand why Jimmy White made the decision. He's standing directly behind the player. May have been blocked slightly. I think he had a very good game overall, but very well dispatched by Kieran Ling, who had a brilliant game for Wexford. In
fact, Damien Mullally's knee is what hits the ball as he's coming back to defend the attack, and it clearly gets the ball.
And Wexford don't have a chance against Cork, realistically, you feel? Written off, Wexford. No, I have faith in you, lads. But anyway, Cork get the vote there, is that right?
Yeah, well, I think Cork are probably the second, or if not the strongest team in the country.
OK. Down Longford, and Down now go to Offaly after that win over Longford.
Well, after the fade-out that they had against Tyrone in the second half, I suppose James McCarthy would be quite happy to get back on track. It was a very messy day, or a messy night for football in this case up in Newry, and I suppose a win is a win is a win, so they'll be happy enough with that. Longford gave them enough of it for long stretches, but Down are building and they're not too bad.
I saw a former Meath teammate of yours appearing in that little scrap there, and probably the mucky night adds to it, but watch here. James McCartan there is the
watch out for the bib. Watch out for the high visibility bib.
Well, James is not happy with a rabbit punch on
Garrity.
And we have Glenn Ryan and Graham Garrity and James McCartan. Old friends are best, just getting to know each other. Nothing too serious there.
Graham Garrity involved with the Longford
team.
Yeah. Westmeath and Derry then, and.
Yeah, I thought, you know, if you look at the Derry team, every time I look at the Derry team and look at their selection, I know every one of them. They're like, I won't say household names, but you know they're all good footballers. They have had good underage careers behind them. And yet they keep appearing all the time stuck on stop. They can't get moving into a bit of gear at all. Now,
they're at home to Kildare next week.
They're going to have to get moving now, because Kildare, I think we all agree, are one of the teams that are really benefiting from the qualifiers, and they're moving on, or they're showing steady progress. So unless Derry get themselves really together for the match next weekend, it's going to end for them. But they have possibilities. On paper, they have a right good squad of players.
All right. And Damien Cassie making the point, the spirit is there, Colm.
Well, you know, he's saying the spirit is there, but, you know, they have to show it and go out and you know, beat Kildare. Okay. For me, Kildare, again, are one of the teams I think are going to be involved in the latter end. I think Kildare will go to Derry and win up there.
All right, kiss of death if ever there was one. Armagh then, now they've to come and play Dublin. Presumably it'll be in Croke Park.
Yeah, well, that'll be the sort of round of the qualifiers probably, and it's going to find out a lot about both teams, you know, because Armagh have made progress. I suppose there was one very bad blip against Monaghan when they sort of ran out of steam completely. It'll tell us a lot more about Dublin. Have they been completely rehabilitated after the 5 goals they let in against Meath? But even yesterday their defence was very porous, giving away 1-13 to Tipperary. Wouldn't say that the defensive problems have been solved. And they were very reliant again on Bernard Brogan up front.
Well, Dublin beat Tip by 8 points and Kerry beat Tip by 8 points. I don't know what the relevance is, I'm just saying it.
You'll grasp at anything, you will.
My thanks to Kevin and Colm for joining us this evening. Coming up after the break, though, a thrilling finish to the Munster Hurling Final. We'll see you shortly. A reminder about next weekend's action here on RTE Television. On Saturday, we'll have another live double-header on the Saturday Game Live. Keep an eye out during the week for details on those fixtures. On Sunday then, it's the Ulster Senior Football Final as Tyrone face Monaghan in this year's provincial decider. Join Michael on the panel from 1:30 on RTE2. And then we have a live audience in studio as part of our highlight show on Sunday night as we look back on the first half of Championship 2010, and we look forward to the concluding and exciting stages of the Hurling and Football Championships. As always, we'll have highlights of all of the weekend's action, including the Ulster and Connacht football finals and all the qualifiers in both hurling and football. So don't forget to join me at 9:30 here on RTE2. Well, Donal O'Grady and Pete Finnerty are with us now as we talk hurling in the early hours of the morning. Well, let's start with the big game from Thurles, one of the classic occasions in GAA, the Munster Hurling Final. It's Cork against Waterford, and commentary comes from Michael Duignan and Marty Morrissey.
And away we go. Cork won the toss, playing from right to left. First ball in towards Owen Cadogan. And inspirational right throughout the game against Tipperary. He launches it high and long down towards Isaki. Cork have possession. There's a chance here. Lovely rob by Owen Murphy, and certainly putting the pressure on the Cork attacker. Niall McCarthy can't control it. It's a line ball for Waterford. Shane Walsh is there. Knocked away from Ronan Kern. Sean O'Gallagher. Hand pass inside for Cahill knocked it. Intercepted here by Shane O'Sullivan. It's a very high ball and it's straight between the posts.
Great score, Martin. Shane O'Sullivan. He had options inside him, but had the confidence to have a go 50 yards out over the bar, and great start for Shane. Traditionally, I think these two teams just go out and hurl. It's ball. It's, you know, I think it was Tom Kenny said it was like giving two kids a ball and letting them away, and that's the way it seems to have started. You know, there's no short puckets, nothing fancy, just straight direct hurling.
Cahill Naughton getting the pass from his club mate, Newtown Shandrum star Ben O'Connor, and Cahill Naughton registers the first score of the match for the Leesiders. Owen Kelly into the centre. Ronan Curran battling with Kevin Moore. Picked up here by John Milan from right along the sideline. That's a cracking point. He looks like a man in form.
He's a Martin Furness, and when is he not? You know, his record for Waterford is just unbelievable. Every day he goes out, he's averaged nearly 4 points a game in Championship hurling, which is incredible.
Great catch by Niall McCarthy. Good block down. Nice layoff effectively for Jerry O'Connor. Coming through the middle is Tom Kenny. Gets by the challenge of Shane O'Sullivan. Tries to scoop it back far as Pat Horgan. Glen Rovers man tries to make a little bit of space. Ben O'Connor is calling outside. Gets by the initial challenge. Floats this one in. And that is over the bar. Good play by Cork. Didn't panic. Little bit of experience. Lots of patience. Nice balance. Comes down first, Cahill Naughton. Niall McCarthy is down his side. Naughton has the time to go long. Down towards Isaki O'Halpine. Is he being held? The referee certainly thinks so. Referee indicating to Isaki, continue on, you've won yourself a free.
A little bit of gamesmanship there. I think Isaki is looking for the help of the umpires. He thinks he's been held off the ball.
Ben O'Connor,
wide.
That looks like a tail right. The umpires are a little bit doubtful, and the white flag has...
I think that was wide, Marty.
I think it was. Yeah. I think it curled away.
Have a look at it here now. He didn't look that comfortable over it, actually, Ben. Struck good.
Just watch the tail of it here.
Yeah, that's wide, John.
That is wide. Stephen Malumphey. Ball fell kindly from him. He's going for it. Lays it off as Milan, and it's gone wide. Donal Cusick advanced off his line, forcing Milan to miss the opportunity.
Yeah, Malumphey did very well there. Great run down the centre. Hand pass a little bit, you know, onto the ground. I just misstruck it there. Really, you know, that should have been a goal. A better hand pass from Malumphey. If it had gone to hand it, Milan would have buried it. But you know, it was a bad pass in front of him, and he misstruck the ground ball.
Driving it long, Ronan Kern. Good hands, Niall McCarthy. Good vision, good call. Ben O'Connor. Tom Kenny has gone inside. Good move by Cork. He's going to go for the goal. Clinton Hennessy saves. Back out around the middle of the field. Richie Foley. Good hands from him. Abbey sideman. Chased by 3 Cork players. Tries to flick it into the middle. Cahill Naughton. Good calling by Sean O'Gallagher. Not exactly involved very much so far, but when he arrives on the scene, there is only one Sean O'Gallagher. We've a crowd of 35,375. When you consider that the capacity is 55,000, it's small enough for a Munster hurling final. Ball in down fares John Milan. Owen Cadigan right beside it. Typical pose, Milan makes an angle. Scores his 3rd point. He's the only one of the Waterford forward line to score from play. Kevin Moore and Malumphey